Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Supporting a Feeling Life. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Yasmin.
With this video we wanted to talk to you about the nature of healing and actually the repetitive element that comes with healing. We often find people, our clients, who are struck by the fact that sometimes they're up against parts of themselves they really thought they'd addressed or they'd really thought they'd come to understand well. And one thing we just want to help people get really clear about is that the healing journey is a repetitive journey. It's a thing that we have to come up against inside of ourselves as we bring more and more consciousness to actually what is needed inside.
I think it's also important to remember that there are four main parts to healing. One is healing the physical, our body, the illnesses, but also the aches, the pains, the sensations that we have within us. Then, of course, we have the emotional healing and the residue, the repeated feelings that we have. There's the mental healing processes and really learning to bring calm and an awareness of that voice inside of us. And then also, of course, there is spiritual healing, and that comes down to existential questions, a sense of faith and trust in ourselves and life and each other, and yes, sometimes the spirituality questions that we have about the things that happen in life and why.
And so when you start to acknowledge your journey is a healing journey, that life itself is a healing journey, you need to be willing to know that you will come across these elements of yourself, these layers that Yasmin's just discussed of who you are, and each part needs to be addressed with the same sense of care, love and attention that so many of us who are sensitive are so willing to give to others. It's often the hardest thing to do is be willing to have some patience and some openness to actually what am I really feeling inside. We've been teaching for a long time that if you feel, you will heal. It is the absolute key to what we're talking about.
And really it is important to remember that the essence of healing is knowing what it is we're feeling and why, so that we know what to address. We know what part of self is loudest, most uncomfortable, and doing that in a condition that is as calm, supported, relaxed as possible.
In this journey of healing, you'll come up against these elements of your nature, your own sense of impatience, your own sense of where you should be in your life by now. There is absolutely no question that who we think we should be and how we think life should be will never be what it is, because that's always clearly when the mind is trying to control everything. And a big part of this healing journey is learning how to surrender into the life that is more than we can imagine. And it is through this listening to this emotional energy, these the unknowns that come up inside, that we get to discover them more.
We have a huge influence on ourselves. We have a huge influence on our body, how it feels, how we hold ourselves, how we gather tension or relax. We have a huge influence on the way that we project or imagine, the way that we feel, the sensations we can cause for ourselves inside.
So this is an invitation for you to consider where you are at in this journey of healing. We are currently going through an enormous global sense of healing, and as you have all been discovered, this is putting us in awkward and uncomfortable situations where nothing can seem the same, nothing can seem what it was. And this is also what healing is. It asks for a shift, it asks for a change to occur in our lives. And so those uncomfortable feelings Yasmin talks about are not feelings to be overridden or diminished or to be got rid of. You're not failing, you're not getting life wrong because you're feeling those things. They're simply rising to say, what do you really need?
And the most important thing we need to be able to heal is to relax, to surrender to what is asking for attention. And yet when we relax, those feelings can become strong, and it can feel as though it's going to take a lot of courage to face whatever it is you need to heal. It's important to remember that these are just parts of you. And when we answer them, a part of us relaxes deeply. Healing happens in that moment.
Everything in life wants to heal. That is very much the nature and order of life. When we physically wound ourselves, there's something kind of miraculous that occurs, and our body, if it's cared for, will heal. This often doesn't get discussed or talked about in the realm of emotional, spiritual, or mental. So we don't always understand how our emotional energy wants to heal as well. Memories from the past, they come up, they repeat in our dreams, in our experiences. We get re-stimulated by other people because something inside wants to heal.
I think that coming back to that balance of calmness inside is the healing that we need, and we know innately what will bring that calm, what will allow us to heal. Healing, feeling happy, feeling relaxed, feeling calm. These are all moments that we've actually gradually cultivated. And when we begin to seek calmness, when we begin to seek to be relaxed, we're supporting the healing that we may want or need each day.
So in all of this, in your journey, in your daily journey, it's important to look for that space of calm, mentally, emotionally, particularly spiritually, when we can be really supported and held. It is often said that our soul gets in the pauses of life, and if we're not having enough of those experiences to bring a sense of calm, particularly also mentally, we can often think that we are relaxing when we're just actually stimulating ourselves mentally at the same time. So be aware of what it is that you really need to help you bring yourself into that calm that can allow the support of healing for you.
It's often good to give the mind a breath of fresh air, quite literally, to go outside, smell the air, look at the sky, look at nature, really feel the sun on your face. Take a moment to pause, relax. It's a healing moment.
Till next time, thank you for watching.
Thank you.